What is going on, guys? DBG, and today we are going to be reacting to TyDEBO and his NBA 2K22 awards. So again, guys, if you guys aren't subscribed to Ty, go subscribe to his channel. And yeah, so anyway, here we are. Look at the NBA 2K22 overall awards. And yeah, let's get on to it. So
smash that subscribe button as we're on the road towards 110,000. We're starting off with the cheesiest card.
Luka Doncic, no doubt about it. It's Luka Doncic. I like that. I like that. Yeah. I think it's between Luka and Dikembe. I would probably put even freaking. I'd probably put Jordan in over Dikembe, or probably Jordan in over Dikembe or Yao. But it's Luka. It's Luka.
Card in my team. Now it's for their specific time because obviously at this stage Dikembe isn't nearly as good as Luka, but for week one he was. So for Yao Ming, guys. A level 40 reward, I think.
Sorry, I need to focus the camera right now. Need to focus the camera. Hopefully I can get it to focus. There we go.
What was it? Season 4, pretty early on. He was the cheesiest center in the game. The only comparable guy was Pink Diamond Porzingis, really, for that time. And Yao Ming base cleared that Porzingis card. The dude was nearly impossible to stop.
I preferred Porzingis. I genuinely did. I'm not going to make the argument that, like, because most people prefer Yao, but I prefer Porzingis.
Especially when he got to mashing. The Yao Ming type of Cassie Russell or Luka Doncic duo was simply put too much for that specific time. Dikembe Mutombo is a card that when people saw get Dikembe Mutombo tomorrow that can shoot.
Yeah, it was weird on day one.
What is going on? Nobody really knew.
We lasted 6 days in the game before we got a shooting Mutombo. 6 days, lads. It was not great. It was really not great.
What's going on? Week one Dikembe Mutombo will always be remembered in 2K history.
Yeah.
Then obviously Luka Doncic. The power within Luka is the one I'm choosing because he was out for the 250K tournament, which was just
power within or signature Luka. Both of them win.
I really didn't know how to use him at the time, but I do now. And Luka Doncic will always go.
You
down
are
as
on the money.
Cheesiest card in NBA 2K.
You are on the money,
especially on next gen. Longevity reward. Pink Diamond Gary Payton. Do me a favor, guys. Go back and look. Pink Diamond Gary Payton. From if you got him day one that he was out, which most people didn't, but if you did. Until when he was replaced. People are going to argue Diamond Penny. I don't think so.
I agree.
I think Pink Diamond Gary clears. And because of that,
between him and Diamond Penny's close.
Forever remain supreme. Then obviously Luka Doncic.
I mean, it's Luka. The answer is Luka.
Basically until the Invincible Luka came out. He was the best.
The funny thing is that like this David Robinson from till about the middle of January, he was a top 2 center in my team. From like the start of April to the middle of January. And then we got one at the very start of March that was a top center till like the middle of May. So like overall, obviously the answer is Luka, but like David Robinson, like if this was any other year, David Robinson probably wins the longevity award. I say that, but like let's not forget NBA 2K19 AK-47 was usable from day one till the end of the year. So maybe since 2K20 in the modern MyTEAMs.
Best Luka in the game. So or best, card in the game. Not even best Luka in the game, best card in the game. And so, as long as, it's the best Luka Doncic.
Luka was the best card in the game for 3 months.
The longevity was definitely there. And then Pink Diamond D-Rob. A card a lot of people aren't going to talk about. But until really we saw Pink Diamond Hakeem, which was a while later. I don't think he was way better than Hakeem. Cleared David Robinson.
He was way better than
Hakeem. A lot of people aren't going to be talking about D-Rob because he only had 6 Hall of Fame.
Nobody cleared D-Rob to like Yao. And like some people prefer D-Rob to Yao. Nobody like well and truly cleared D-Rob. I'm trying to think when the first center that like without question cleared D-Rob. Like I think Porzingis was a debate. So I'm out here looking like in January. Like he was better than Wang Zhizhi. I think you're looking at like Wilt. You're looking at Opal Wilt before you see a card that well and truly clears David Robinson. And even at that, maybe Opal Wilt is a debate. Like, in a card that objectively, no doubt about it, was a better center. Was like Dwight Howard. And then David Robinson himself. Like, that's crazy.
As well as a couple other things. But the card could shoot, could play good defense. And we just
It's Luka. The answer's Luka.
Solid longevity-wise, but Luka Doncic, the winner of longevity. So you guys might be wondering, is Luka Doncic going to just win every award? No. Because we got the defensive player of the...
Where's Jarrett Wallace? I mean, the answer is probably this Giannis because like, on defense he was just God. I remember just the way he hawked lanes with, especially if you got there was one of these with like half interceptor went for 8 million. This card with half interceptor was a joke. I don't think this this Dwight does not belong there. Like, I think D-Rob was still a better defender and it was at the same time.
The year. Galactic Taco fall up first. You guys might be like, why is he even here? Well, his player model is absolutely incredible.
I'm not going to argue Taco.
For his time, there weren't that many guys at 7'6"
I think Kareem
moved like Taco. And he
I take
was
Dikembe over
the
this
best
Dwight, not going to lie.
for his specific time. Pink Diamond Giannis is no different. I mean, people
It's gotta
didn't
be Giannis.
use
It's gotta
Giannis
be
because they
Giannis.
couldn't green consistently with him and he didn't make whites.
I hate him, but he
if
was
you
god
could
on
green
defense.
with this Giannis Antetokounmpo, you got him with
Oh,
let's
yeah,
say,
fair.
Hall of Fame corner specialist catch and shoot.
The issue was very few people actually were able to green with this guy. Like, sure, when you play competitively, everybody could, but in general, in Unlimited, like, this was the season, like, that I got the Unlimited reward, and no, I used to just leave him wide open, no one could shoot him.
This card was magnificent, man, especially on the defensive end of the court. Nearly a must-have player. And then
Competitively, I
Pink
get
Diamond
it. You're right.
Now, I never use the card because I don't like using inside bigs. But if you like using inside
I don't
bigs,
think so. He came
it's
out
hard
Christmas.
to argue against Dwight Howard for his time as the most influential defensive player. I got to give it to Giannis, though. I found a way to keep this guy on the court because I could green enough shots with him. And defensively, he was absolutely immaculate.
Look at
Best
Doncic.
pre-250K card, starting with Luka Doncic.
No Seti Maxwell. That's it.
Obviously, I mean, we don't
That's
need
a
to
tough
spend
one.
a ton of time talking about it. Next up, Kawhi Leonard, a great 3-and-D option that, around the 250K time, we didn't have Kazi Russell, Cedric.
We had Kazi.
We
had Kazi.
I said Kazi Russell. We did have Kazi Russell. We didn't have Cedric. We didn't
have Seti, did we?
Smalling by
We
the
did
time
have Seti.
everybody played in
Oh, well,
250.
Seti was
That's
between
why
the
we needed Kawhi
term and
Leonard
the
there.
finals.
Then Galaxy Open with D-Rob, right? We didn't have a lot of great centers. It was Yao, KP. But then D-Rob came out and changed
D-Rob was
that
better than
whole
all of them.
perspective.
He was better than
Everybody
all of them,
ran
like.
D-Rob as their starting center, basically, in the 250K tournament. But if you
Luka's
don't
won
wanna
3 of
argue
the
it's
4
Luka
awards
Doncic,
so
you're gonna
far.
struggle because it is Luka Doncic, by far and away, the best pre-250K player.
Yeah,
in
he ran the
my
show.
Team. Next up, the most overrated card.
This card right here, this Shaq, everyone thought it was game over when this Shaq came out. He sucked. Like, Zion just wasn't the greatest in the half court. He can still cook. And Reggie Lewis is really good. He was really hard to get. Like, everyone thought he was going to be by far the best 2-guard in the game. He was the best 2-guard by that much.
All right, so we got 3 of them here. Reggie Lewis up first.
He's going to give it to Reggie Lewis.
Matter Zion Metamorphosis second with
It's Shaq. The answer is Shaq.
Up third. Now, when we talk about why each and every one of these cards is overrated, Reggie Lewis, he was the clutch time reward.
Put Bol in there. Put Wancho in there. What is Reggie Lewis doing there?
Everybody was so excited
Yeah,
for him.
'cause he was
Just to be
God.
mediocre at best.
He was
you guys can
insane.
argue Reggie Lewis was great. Do what you want. He was mediocre.
By the end of season 4, he wasn't great, but he was insane on January the 14th. Come on now. Come on, Ty. Just like on April the 1st, Zion was ridiculous. The issue was he was a $500,000 MT, and by the time people were able to actually afford Zion Williamson, we went into season 6 where we got some god tier players for cheap. Like, Zion's still usable. Zion is still usable.
Zion Williamson had jump shot 3. I mean, he was supposed to be good. His movement wasn't good and his player model wasn't good. And so
His player model wasn't good moving wise. His player model was god tier for defense.
that's really what
Shaq
limits
sucked.
Zion.
Shaq
I'm not gonna
sucked.
say
Shaq
the
has
card was
windows.
horrible, but he wasn't nearly
Shaq
as
was
good as
horrible.
good. An invincible Shaq. All I'm really gonna say is I preferred Bob Nedelecki to the invincible Shaq. Does that
So
not
was everybody.
ruin how good an invincible Shaq card could have been? Talk about overrated. Shaq has to be mentioned. It's got to be Reggie Lewis for me, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of backlash, a lot of
Over Shaq?
slander. I don't care. I got this card early on, and I did not love him. Most
Underrated, a level 40 award that everybody thought knew was either. Like, it was him and David Robinson. Everyone on him and David Robinson are 2 centers. You've got Scottie Pippen, who... It's Scottie. Vince was not underrated. Ty just loved him.
most underrated card in NBA 2K22. We got 3. Level 40 reward KG. Season 1 player Vince Carter. And a guy I loved in 250K, Scottie Pippen. All 3 of these
Probably
cards are
Scottie.
cards I love. And they're one of
The
the
only issue
main
is
reasons
Scottie
they're on
didn't
this
have that
most
long in
underrated
terms of
list.
longevity.
Nobody loved Vince Carter as much as I did. Nobody really played KG for as long as I did. And Scottie
Everyone
Pippen
played
was so
KG,
key for
Ty.
me in 2K
Everyone played
when A lot of
KG.
people didn't even run the card. I gotta give it to Scottie Pippen. Just go back and watch my 250K highlights. I mean, I ran my offense through Scottie Pippen when point guard Luka Doncic was on the court. Why?
Because he couldn't move with
Because I really
Luka.
didn't play next gen with Luka. I was focused on current gen, and I could trust Scottie Pippen.
Exactly.
Next up, guys, we got the best unlimited reward in my team.
This Wilt was actually him when he came out for day 1, so I'm not even gonna say like this is a blowout. The answer is Peyton. But, like, if you want to argue any of these three, that's fine. I don't think you can argue anyone else, by the way. Like, I don't think you could argue that, like, Danny Granger belongs because Danny Granger doesn't. I don't think you can argue Grant Hill. I don't think you can argue Michael Finley. It's between these three. I'm going to go Peyton, but whichever of these three you want to give it to, I'm cool.
Here, we got Wilt Chamberlain.
I didn't like Wilt, but
really good for his specific.
I'm not going to argue whoever you want to give it to.
But there's no arguing Wilt was a top 2 center in Season 1. Bob Nedelecki up second. I just said he's better than Invincible Shaq. So for his time was a really solid reward. With
best power forward in the game for his time.
25, I think we saw. Then you got Pete Diamond, Gary Payton, who longevity-wise is definitely up there. Got to give it to Gary Payton. I wish more level, not level 4.
He was really good. He was worth doing. I got him. He was worth doing.
As good for their time as GP was. Best.
What's Thurl doing there instead of Serge Ibaka? Like, what are we talking about? Why is Thurl there? And like, I know people like Kyrie. People cooked with Kyrie, but also Kyrie got a lot of people got cooked with Kyrie. And you might be saying, like, I know a lot of people, the whole thing was like, when I played against JB, Kyrie won JB the game, but also Kyrie nearly lost him the game. Because I literally he used to just get abused. He was the worst defender in the game. He had 60 lateral quickness. He was the literal worst defender in the game. Serge Ibaka, by far the best big man in the game when he came out. I'm pretty sure I can get a clip of Ty saying that Serge Ibaka was a better token reward than Kyrie Irving. And the fact is he was cheaper and he was a lower tier. Kyrie Irving could cook on offense. He was the best diamond. I'll give you that. He was definitely the best diamond. Like, there was no reason to take any other diamonds. And as far as Dale Ellis went, man, freaking Paul Frazier was probably better than Dale Ellis. He just did more. As far as the Dark Matters went, sure, give it to Thurl. But, like, he came out a week before Mutombo, and I don't think Thurl was any better than Mutombo. Probably worse than Mutombo. I don't rate Baron Davis as a token reward. I'm trying to think who else. Like, the correct answer for winning this whole thing isn't even on this, and it's Serge Ibaka. Like, out of these three, surely you give it to Kyrie. But, like, Serge Ibaka needs to be there. I think Walt belongs in there over Dale Ellis because Walt was something that we didn't have at the start of the year. Like, an elite defensive point guard with size who could kind of shoot. He was like Ron Harper, but he could kind of shoot. And Ron Harper belongs here. Get Kyrie off this list. Go Ron Harper, Serge Ibaka. And you know what? If you want to put Kyrie, because you'll put Kyrie as your third. But, like, Ron Harper was like 80% of people's point guard to start the year. Like, so, like, Ron Harper was better than Kyrie, period, for most people. But Serge Ibaka was in every single team. It doesn't matter if it was a budget squad, if it was a 10 million coin squad. Obviously, you couldn't get that stage. If it was a million coin squad, if it was a 500k squad, you saw Serge in every team because he was the best big man in the game.
Token reward. Again, it's not who's better. Obviously,
Surge.
For now, Dark Matter Thurl Bailey.
It's Surge. The answer's Surge.
But Diamond Kyrie Irving for his specific time, was he better than Thurl Bailey? That's
no.
what we're talking about. Pink Diamond Dale Ellis.
He was the worst defender in the game.
But if you think back to Season 1, before Isaiah Thomas, it was ran by.
You say that, but, like, it took a week. The first week was ran by Kyrie, and then people realized then the freaking DBG tactic came. And I don't care as much as Splash wants to talk about it. I ran it first against JB. No matter who is being guarded by Kyrie Irving, they set the screen. And then Kyrie, with his 60 lateral quickness, would either get switched onto the ball or have to guard a roller, and it's G's a score every single time. He was the biggest. He could cook, but he was the biggest liability in the entire game. Serge Ibaka has to win this.
Kyrie Irving. It was. There's no questioning it. People loved and cheese with this Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, but people also realized that within a week they were getting cooked using them.
Than anyone else. Rookie of the year, we got.
Get Jabari Smith out of there. Just get him out of there. Get him as far away from there as possible. I'm going to say Chet. I know Ty rated Chet as like the 90th best player in the game, so he's going to say Daniels. I don't care. Daniel's pretty good, but get Jabari Smith just off my screen. He sucks.
3 rookies here. Chet Holmgren,
Jabari Smith,
Dyson Daniels. Could throw Keegan Murray in here. Could throw Boncaro in here. I think these three are going to be the 3 that people debate are the 3.
Keegan Murray over Jabari Smith.
Chet, 7 feet tall.
Get him out of there.
With, I think, jump shot 111, 110.
110.
On very quick. Jabari Smith had the Ray Allen base. Just player model really wasn't as good as it should have been. And then Dyson Daniels. One of the top point guards still to this day on current gen.
I'm okay with it.
One of the only
I'm okay with it. Like
XM base on very quick. Got to give it to Dyson.
I'm okay with it. I don't particularly love the card, but I'm perfectly okay with it.
An absolute hooper. Budget.
Wait, what? What is Kukoc doing there? And I'm not gonna lie, I like Nick Batum. What is Season 7 Nick Batum doing there? Where is our Drazen Petrovic? God, the best budget scorer in the game for his time. Where's our Drazen? Who else do we not have? Where's our Darius Miles? Where's our Amethyst Mikhail Bridges? Amethyst Eddie Jones? Pink Diamond RJ Barrett? Pink Diamond Cam Reddish? What is Nick Batum doing there? And I'm the biggest Nick Batum fan you'll ever see. I don't agree with Kukoc, but fair enough, he was a 6'10" point guard. But you know who actually was better than Kukoc for their time? Came out nearly a month earlier. Amethyst Bonga, if you wanted a big guy at point guard. Amethyst Bonga was that dude. Where, oh, there's so many budget players that we need to talk about here. Where is Buddy Hield? Diamond Buddy Hield was him. Like, Diamond Buddy Hield was genuinely him. Where is... I'm trying to find some other players that were budget cards. Where's Jonathan Isaac Sapphire? There's like 30, 40 budget cards without doubt better than Batum. Kukoc, whatever. If you like Kukoc, you like Kukoc. Oh, so much better than Batum. Denny belongs, and Denny might be the freaking best. Like, I still would go like Mikhail Bridges, but Denny might be in that position, but man, Batum is taking a spot from a budget GOAT, whereas nobody used Batum. But like, by the time Batum was out, like, Batum was no better than Denny. And Denny had already been out a month and was 1,000 MT.
MVP up next. Tony Kukoc started off at the point guard position for an Amethyst with his length very solid. Nick Batum up next. The card DBG swears by his Nick.
I never even did a gameplay with that card. I swore by early game his diamond was him. Because he was like 35k and he was the same price as dudes that were like, or he was equally as good as dudes that were 300k, like Pink Diamond Paul George. I swore by his diamond card. I literally never used this card.
Batum. Obviously, he was really, really good as well. I just don't love the Nick Batum release. But outside of that, it's hard to argue against
fine.
him. Then Denny Avdia.
Denny was
here's
God.
The deal. Diamond
Denny Go is
his
the
time
winner.
For an extended stay was
He was
the
Denny Go.
best budget player in the game. And still in my team limited is a card I go to quite often. Gotta go with
Denny Goat has to be.
As far as our budget MVP. Mr. Inconsistent up next. You got K Disney there.
This Shaq in the middle because he sucked.
At the first
Shaq
obviously
sucked.
KD always and forever will be Mr. Inconsistent. There's no questioning it. He will always hold that crown. Invincible
Shaq because he
again,
sucked.
when the card came out, I probably said he was the best power forward in the game. Not a month later, I went back and said Bob Nedelecki is better than the card. Talk about inconsistent for me. I could not agree with the card. And then Endgame Shaq. It's the same thing. It's kind of the same story. I like Endgame Shaq. I don't have anything bad to say about him. But he is inconsistent. There's some days I agree enough with him to say he's a top 3 power forward still to this day. Other days it's not.
I'm cool with it. It's middle Shaq.
Gotta go with Shaquille O'Neal's Endgame card.
Wait, what? Are you just making this list so that you can give Scotty an award, Ty? Because everybody knew Bob Nedelecki was going to be God. Do you guys not, like... Let me take it back to Season 6. So basically, Bob Nedelecki launched with the Trey Murphy SIGs. And everyone was like, what the hell's going on? He has Trey Murphy SIGs. What the hell is going on? Like, he's what you call it, he's going to be terrible. And then 2K updated SIGs game Session 25 and everyone lost their minds. Everyone was playing for this card. Kazi Russell, everyone knew he was him. He was just an RNG card that was very difficult to get. And in Scottie Pippen, I'll give you that. If we're talking about real slept-on cards, for me, I'm going... The most slept-on card in the entire game is Diamond Luka Doncic from day one. Because he was glitchy. Him or New Year's Resolution Luka. We didn't even realize how glitchy Luka was for his time. So I think actually day one, considering the fact we had a Luka that could literally shoot heavies on day one and nobody used him. That is what we call the most slept-on card. And another really slept-on card for me is like Metamorphosis, Oscar Robertson. A still usable card to this day. Or Nate Thurmond. Nate Thurmond swish as well. But it's got to be Scotty. Based on these three, it's got to be Scotty.
most slept on card in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. First up, Scottie Pippen. For reasons I've already mentioned, and you know, one of the best players in 250 for me, and most people didn't even have the card. Then Bob Nedelecki. Everybody, when the card was released, didn't even hype him up as much as they should.
Yeah, because he launched with Trey Murphy 6. He literally, the season started, he had Trey Murphy 6. No, nobody hyped him because he had Trey Murphy 6.
Should have. Bob Nedelecki should have been hyped up to the moon.
Because he had Trey Murphy
really
6.
People should have been hyping him up.
He had Murphy 6. No one hyped up that.
Kaz up next. I mean, he's talk about a guy that wasn't as hyped up as he should have been. It's Kazi Russell. Defensively could hold it down. Offensively would jump shot.
I don't think there was anyone who didn't hype up Kazi Russell. I'm going to be completely honest.
He was absolutely incredible.
Dude came out in the start of March.
I should have ran this card on current gen.
You should
over a guy like Kobe. There's no questions asked. But I got to go with Bob Nedelecki. For as good as he was, no.
Everybody, and I repeat, everybody knew Bob Nedelecki was that dude.
Nobody really talked about him as...
Because we didn't talk about when he first came out because he had Trey Murphy 6. Once people realized he had Set Shot 25, everyone talked about him. MVP, I just saw who the winner was, Michael Jordan. I'm completely fine with that. Taco Fall, just get him off the list. The MVP of the year has to go between a Luka and an MJ, and I'm cool with not wanting to give every single award to Luka. So my MVP of the year, in fact, would be neither of these. It would be I would have power within Luka, even though this Luka is better. I would have power within Luka. I would have the Taco Fall, the Galactic Taco. And then, actually, it's overall year MVPs. No, I would have Luka Doncic, power within, out of position Michael Jordan, and Galaxy Opal David Robinson. They would be my 3-year MVPs.
As they should have.
Just for average.
I kind of ruined the MVP there. Michael Jordan up first, guys.
Like, Jordan, Luka ran the show, and I think as far as big men went, David Robinson ran the show for literally 50% of the year, so I'd put D-Rob as my other thing. I'm cool with Jordan winning, though.
Obviously,
I'm cool with Jordan
for
winning.
Reasons on both current and next gen.
I'm cool with Jordan winning. He was more consistent than Luka over both gens.
On current gen. Next gen, Luka Doncic. Nobody will ever compare to what he did on next gen.
Might be the best player on a gen we've ever seen.
High on him, as you know, he's probably top 10, but I probably wouldn't go top 5. And then Taco Fall, undisputed, the best center in the game. No questions asked. I got to go with MJ as my MVP of
Not gonna argue.
year, though. You guys don't have to agree with me.
Not gonna argue.
I think through and through, it's got to be Michael Jordan. Next up, the All Ruby team here. Marcus Smart, a card everybody.
Like, whoever in their right mind ever, like, Smart belongs. You know what? Give me people used Sabonis. But like, if we're talking about Ruby shooting guards, Jarvis Hayes, people use Jarvis Hayes. I'm trying to think of guys that people use. No one ever used Devin Vassell. I want to make that clear. No one ever used Devin Vassell when he came out. OJ, not really. OJ Mayo wasn't really used. I'm going to just sort by date added. Honestly, I would play Marcus Smart at the 2. Get Eric Snow in at the 1. Everyone loved Eric Snow when he came out. Like, I know Will Barton because he's like the most recent card. But if we're going then all Ruby team, if we're just going by how they play right now, Smush Parker is significantly better than Marcus Smart. But like, Marcus Smart was him for his time. So like, Marcus Smart's got to be in there. And then after Marcus Smart, you're probably looking at... I didn't like Devin Vassell. No one ever really used Devin Vassell. I think you're looking at Jarvis Hayes because he came out before Christmas and he was more than capable of holding his own. He was really good. Small forward. Oh, no. Sorry, Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter. Give me Jarvis Hayes play small forward. Kevin Huerter play shooting guard. Kevin Huerter was that dude. Weekend Scotty behind the back. Trae Young released. Then normal leaner. And Ruby Kevin Huerter was him. Then power forward. Sekou Doumbouya. You've got the wrong flash glitch player because the power forward that needs to be in there goes by the name of Darius freaking Miles. Man, I get defensive over my budget goats.
Everybody loved for his specific time. Then Devin Vassell, Will Barton at the 3, Doumbouya at the 4 with big.
Guaranteed Ty never used one of these 3 players ever in a game. Smart and Sabonis 1,000,000% belong though.
Sabonis at the 5 there. Started this with putting Sabonis at the 1, and then I was like, well, you're going to have to change some things around.
There was no great centers for us more. No way. I get Vinny. If we're okay, so you're clearly based on these on how good they are right now. But like, I would go for a longevity award for the year, and I think Trey Murphy should stay. Because again, he came out on the 1st of April and he was really usable. You can still use Trey Murphy right now. I think power forward has to be Josh Smith. I think power forward, no question about it, needs to be Josh Smith. I think he's one of those guys that like he changed the game. So you've got to put Josh Smith there. I think at the center position, as far as amethysts go, I don't think there was many too great ones. I'm cool with Sim. I'm cool with Sim because I'm looking through it right now, and the only player I can really think of is maybe if you want, or maybe Serge Ibaka. We're talking about year-long ability. Serge Ibaka maybe at center because everyone used him at the start of the year. I think that the 2 guard has to go to Eddie Jones. I think Eddie Jones has to be that shooting guard. Everyone used him for so long, half interceptor when that really mattered. And then point guard, I mean, I don't know whether or not I'm cool with the Kukoc situation. Because I think probably like DeJounte. Probably I would go like DeJounte's moments card from the start of the year. Or maybe somebody like, what's his name's moments? Tyrese Maxey's moments was really good. De'Aaron Fox had a really good moments card. Drew Holiday or Freddie VanVleet. A lot of great point guards at this position. But like, the issue with this is that I've never seen anyone run this Ben Simmons before. I've never seen anyone run this Vinny in game. Vinny wasn't bad, but like, I'd rather see guys who were actually iconic for their time.
Oh, and team, we got 2 point guards. Vinny at the 1, Tony at the 2, Trey Murphy, a card I used on my nobody spent first.
Trey Murphy belongs. He belongs. He 1,000,000% belongs. I'm not arguing Trey Murphy.
Sim Boudlar at the 5. It's crazy that our all Ruby and all Amy teams aren't great.
Is this the best diamond team in the game? Again, like, I'd put Bol at power forward. I'd put power within Bol at power forward. Like, he was used all through 250. I don't know. Like, we're talking centers in terms of, like, who was relevant. Like, Mikan was really good for his time. I'm actually cool with all the others because Roko's really good, but Bol deserves a power
diamond
forward.
team. Still not even a great squad. You know, Denny at the 1.
No, I agree. There was no good. They stopped giving us diamonds so early this year. It was not good.
Be in this squad at the 3. Penny Hardaway.
We were getting diamonds all the way up until the near end of July in 2K20. And last year, I think we got diamonds up until, I think when the last pack was in NBA 2K21 where we didn't get diamonds, was up till season 8, so it was June. Whereas this year we stopped getting diamonds. I mean, to be fair, it was the end of season 6. It was like May. It was like May when we stopped getting diamonds this year, so you can kind of see why we didn't get any good ones.
Away at the 4 with Rick.
Like Denny was the last time we got.
If you go back to past years, we've seen way better diamonds in our past. Like
Diamond went to 95.
2K20, but it's fine.
I know, but like diamonds were 95 overalls that year. Only went diamond, pink, diamond, opal. So there's an extra tier. So these diamonds are like amethyst back then. I know we had amethyst Bonga, but other than like Bonga and Stevenson, we didn't really have any amethyst in NBA 2K20.
This diamond team got us by. Pink diamond team again, not great.
Again, I don't like the way that this is like just a list of the best team right now because nobody has ever used Jay Crowder. And there has to be a better pink diamond shooting guard than Jay Crowder. Shane Battier, Wiggins. Like, there are better players. Billy Owens was a lot better than Jay Crowder. But, like, I would rather see, like, the iconic players in there. Like, I would rather see David Robinson at center. Or Porzingis at center. And then I'm trying to think of who was iconic for their time. I can't even remember. Like, Kevin Garnett, maybe power forward. And then for the diamond, maybe a point guard. No, Denny's cool there. I was like, maybe freaking Penny Hardaway. A point guard, Gary Payton, put him in here. Shooting guard. Were there any god tier pink diamond shooting guards? And then, like, actually, the fact that Diamond Clay is not on the diamond team. The fact that Diamond Clay is not on the diamond team, he's one of the most iconic players this year. Yeah, I don't really rate that. But to be fair, pink diamonds, again, we didn't get many good ones. I would, however, put maybe Franz Wagner in instead of one of these two guys. I would get Jay Crowder out of there, and there's about 5 different options, but I mean, Jacob Diawara probably is the best budget diamond pink diamond point guard.
3. Jim Jones at the 4 with Big Roy Hibbert at the 5.
What did he say about Popeye?
Chicken Man Jones at the 3. Chicken Man Popeye. Get your Popeye chicken out at the 2.
Is that an ad? Is that an ad, Ty?
Popeye Jones at the 3. Chicken Man Popeye. Get your Popeye chicken.
Is that an ad?
Chicken Man Jones at the 3. Jim Jones at the 4 with Big Roy Hibbert at the 5. All Opal team. This is where things get exciting.
Again, where is freaking Drazen? Again, this is another one where this is kind of boring team because no one, other than like Gerald Wallace and Manute Bol, nobody really used any of these other guys. There were so many unreal Opal point guards like Cade Cunningham would have been insane. A power forward putting in David Robinson would have been insane. Small forward, you can go and give yourself the Scotty that you used in 250. Like if we had, say, Scotty at the 3, Gerald Wallace, David Robinson, Cade Cunningham, Manute Bol, I think that would be a better.
Nick Batum at the 1, Gerald Wallace at the 2, Poku at the 3, Serge Ibaka at the 4, with Big Manute Free Bol at the 5. An absolutely incredible Opal team. Dark Matter team up next. Miss
Not Taco. This Yao Ming is not even close to Ralph Sampson. Luka, Jordan, Giannis. I think Kareem's better there at the 3. But if you want to go to Giannis, you can go to Giannis. It's mad that I assume he goes all invincible and all endgame. Which means that I genuinely think if you want to keep Yao in there, that his all invincible team could be Luka, Jordan, Giannis, Yao, and Taco as well. And his all endgame team could potentially be Luke. No, it won't be Luka Jordan. But it could actually be Jordan. 4 of these players could be in all 3 of his squads. Which is mad. And like Luka's coming into the invincible.
Stick Luka at the 1, MJ at the 2. 75 Giannis at the 3.
That's kind of the issue I feel with the whole packs. Is that it's highly likely that he has all 3 of these players or all 5 of these players as invincibles. And that's what happens when you give a tactically downgraded card that's this much worse than all the invincibles, that they're the same card.
A little more height.
He should realistically have the same card for all these.
At the 5. Something you're going to see a lot of is the Yao.
Kareem, okay. I think if you got Kareem in this one, you should have Kareem in the first one. Not gonna lie, I do think if you've got Kareem here, you should have had Kareem in the first one over Giannis.
And Taco duo, they're paired with Luka and MJ again in that backcourt. We're going with Kareem at the 3 instead of Giannis because I
rate that because it's between one of them. It's between one of them
with that height at that small forward position. Last but certainly not least, our all endgame team, LaMelo.
I actually don't mind LaMelo. I think LaMelo's pretty good, but what is LeBron doing there over Giannis? I probably would go with LaMelo. I go Tracy McGrady over LaMelo, but it's a close one.
Ball at the 1, K Disney at the 2, LeBron at the 3, Yao at the 4 with Taco at the 5.
I hate LeBron.
So cards that made every team are Yao and Taco. Luka and MJ did make 2 of the teams. And our all endgame team, we did.
You could literally, I think you could make an argument that, again, Taco, Yao, Giannis, and Kevin Durant. You could literally make the argument of running those, not Luka, sorry, Jordan or Taco, Yao, Giannis, and Jordan. You can make an argument that those 4 guys are in all 3 teams, which shows a huge flaw of the endgame concept.
See a little bit of a change. That is going to wrap it up for our award ceremony.
So a huge shout out to Ty. Obviously, we agreed on some. We didn't disagree on all of them. But at the end of the day, these videos are only interesting because we don't agree on everything. If we agreed on everything, these would not be fun to make. So that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.